biggest news, the largest news, is that we have a rivalry renewed.
About
to
time.
not only the pleasement of University of Memphis Tiger fans, but Louisville fans themselves were just as excited about this.
Geeked up.
Matchup. I also noticed in their official basketball post, I think that they think that this is a shot at us. But they kept calling us Memphis State, which I enjoy.
Yeah, I think that's fun personally.
So, like, hopefully that's the 6-year. You don't ever see lengthy game contracts like that. 6 years. I guess it starts this coming year in Louisville. They should be pretty good though. I think they're going to be like a top 15 team, right?
Yeah.
You got good. I don't know. Just love it. I'm glad we're getting these kinds of matchups back up. Like we should have been playing Louisville this whole time. I don't even remember the last time we played Louisville was.
2018.
Wow.
And then it was 14 before that.
Goodness,
so it's been 9.
Is that real?
Yeah.
9. It'll have been 9 years between matchups.
Wow.
That's crazy. Pat Kelsey's done a heck of a job, though.
Yeah, I do wish that we got him back when they were trash. Just that'd be a lot more fun. Just to,
you know who they do have, though?
Like on staff or player?
No, on their roster.
Is it somebody that is supposed to be out of eligibility that just keeps finding a way to go back to college basketball?
I don't know. I don't know how
Tremont
long he's been
Mark.
playing.
Tremont Mark.
No.
Hey, fly.
Is that true? They got the ramen noodle hair dude from South Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, Pryor.
Yeah, and he was hurt. He was hurt most of last year.
Yeah. So we get to match up with him again.
Yeah, he stuck it to us that game. He's pretty much the reason we lost that game.
Super excited about that. 6 years, three there, 3 here. I'm sure it'll get extended even after that. But, I mean, those are the type of matchups you want, right? So shaping up to be a pretty, at least now, right now, a pretty stout. Okay, that for those of you that can't see, we've got a different screen than you, and I thought somebody just joined the StreamYard live, and it's not anyone that I've ever seen in my entire life, so it kind of freaked me out. I thought we were being hacked, and it's just Kenny. He's pulled up a photo of himself with seafoam green hair. Go ahead. Yeah, share that.
Pull up your can and see if it's the same color. Let me see your can. Ready? Here we go.
You guys have like a special.
That's not real.
That's 100% real.
Who's behind you?
The guy who did it. His name is Carl. It's my guy.
He looks like a Carl.
Can we get it where it's not like you gotta what it looks like dried and
no
fresh
Tracy
out the
Tracy
can?
wouldn't. Tracy did not
What
allow
year
me to
was
keep
this?
it. Let me see.
Was this before or after the last Louisville matchup?
It was definitely
6 years as before, right?
So what was the
No, you said it was 18.
Yeah, it was when did the Tigers play Louisville in 2018? I cannot, let me see.
Was it the same year?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
2018.
Pre-conference, so November, December.
It was March 17th or May 17th, 2018.
What? So yeah, that was well before the season. He's talking about when he did his hair. Yeah, that was well before.
They played December 16th, 2017-18 season. So it was December.
Yeah.
Wait, so it must have been December 16th, 2017 is when they played.
Oh, you're right. It was the 17-18 season. So this was right after. We lost that game 81-72. It was a 38-38 ball game at half.
Yeah, we were talking about the contract or the rivalry being renewed between Memphis and Louisville and the 6-game series. I can't find anything on a 6-game series. Does anybody literally do a 6-game series?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's not very common. I mean, teams will do a home and home or like a home neutral home 3,
Yeah.
but 6 is it's lengthy
Well,
for
like
a game series agreement for sure.
we just saw it with in college football with Notre Dame and Clemson just agreed to like a 10-year series. Every year they're going to play each other.
Well, that's
A little different there, but
I mean
that's still
also
uncommon.
extreme. Yeah.
But I've never heard of a 6-year. Anything over 3 or 4, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know, but good to have that that matchup back. I know Memphis fans love to hate Louisville. I feel like it's reciprocated from Louisville fans to Memphis.
Yeah. I spoke to my dad actually about this because my dad's
Yeah, what did he say? I know my parents are going to be fired up about it.
my dad literally said to me, he was like, of all the teams, like he'll mention rivalries and he'll mention teams that he doesn't like, and one of those teams is he can't stand Arkansas. Like, just something about Arkansas basketball just rubs him the wrong way because of all the rivalries. I think the fact that Nolan Richardson would come in and steal Memphis players away from Memphis and play in Arkansas, that kind of stuff. So there's just a lot of history there.
Yeah.
But he called me up and said, of all the teams that Memphis has ever played, I hate Louisville. And we're talking like Tennessee, Cincinnati. We're talking Arkansas. We're talking all these schools, even UAB, if you want to call them a rival. Like, he's like, Louisville, I hate Louisville the most. And he specifically mentioned, he said, it's not the team, it's the coaches. He said, Denny Crum and Rick Pitino, I can't stand those guys.
Yeah.
So,
although Rick's been vouching for us lately, so
yeah, he's been. It's interesting. There's also some reporting that Penny's in talks with trying to extend the Missouri series.
I seen that Alabama,
and now Duke.
Dookie was floated out there. I mean, he's going after it. I love our out of conference. That's what I was saying. These away games are gonna be tough. What we go to Ole Miss, to State, now to Louisville.
Yep.
You're playing in the Baja Mar Classic or whatever with
Purdue.
It was us, Purdue, Wake Forest, and then one unannounced team.
Yeah, one unannounced team.
Man, shaping up to be another pretty solid out of conference schedule we got thrown together here.
Yeah, but they have to have the strong out of conference, right? I mean, it's what Penny's done since he's been here. Yeah. Like it's, you're going to get 3 quad 1 wins, maybe 4, right?
Yeah.
In conference, that is.
I mean, you got to rack them up there. So doing what you got to do, but nonetheless good to see that we're able to get these matchups. You guys know the overall series standing between us and Louisville?
Yeah, they've got us by.
Wait, what was the question?
We played like 80. It's 83 games. What's the overall? What's the win-loss record for Memphis versus Louisville? Do you know?
I don't know the numbers. I think it's Louisville by more than 8.
Yeah,
they used to beat us a lot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we've won 35 and lost 48.
Do you think this is a?
I have it 54-36. Is that not right? 1949 to 2017.
I don't know. Go Tigers. Go Tigers Go has it from February 11th, 1963 to 2017.
Louisville's athletic department has it from January 6th, 1949 to December 16th, 2017. Okay. So it's 54 wins, 36 losses.
Interesting.
For Louisville.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're counting, what'd you say, 54-36?
Mm-hmm.
Counting 7 games that we're not counting. I don't know why, but.
So obviously Louisville was back last year after just being absolute dog water for a couple of years. 4-win season, 8-win season, jumped up to 27.
Goodness.
Do you think this is a way for both Memphis and Louisville to get some of the old heads back and committed to the program? If you think about, like, you both of you said, hey, my parents are going to love this. Is this a way to getting some of that older generation back and getting them back, like, invested?
I don't know that you've lost the older generation, but maybe it's just like reinvigorate, just trying to get the rivalry. I mean, it's good for college basketball, I feel like, right? Like, you used to see some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you used to see some of those rivalry commercials and stuff. What was it? I think at a Sheraton hotel commercial, and there was a Memphis Louisville guy in there. Two guys at a hotel. Like they had Duke, Carolina, they had freaking Ohio State, Michigan, and then like pops up a guy in a Louisville hat and a guy in a Memphis hat. It's like all these big time rivalries, college basketball. I think it's just good for the sport,
Yeah.
Something that our friend over there in East Tennessee refuses to do. He thinks his personal vendettas are bigger than college basketball. Refuses to play us no matter what. Some of the most petty shit I've ever seen in my life. He literally won't play the game. It's unbelievable.
Do you think it's because of the battle? Do you think it's because of the battle between him and Penny, or is it the Tubby Smith stuff?
I think it's both. I think it's
a little combo.
He thinks Tubby was unfairly treated, and he hates Penny with I also think the COVID game thing plays a massive part of it. Like, I think that game getting canceled, Rick is just like,
screw you guys.
Yeah, I'm have nothing to do with y'all ever again. That's okay though, because he's going to be retiring soon, so it doesn't matter much longer. Whatever.
If you had to pick, and I say this not knowing the exact number of games played, but Memphis Louisville or Memphis Cincinnati, what would you say is the bigger rivalry game in college basketball? I guess more
probably Memphis Louisville.
Yeah.
Although I know that
Louisville's been a bigger program.
Probably.
But I remember the Louisville
hatred between those teams. And I think it goes back to what Kenny was saying. I think it was a lot of the coaching and I mean, like we were talking about it the other day, and my brother was talking about, and I just was talking about them trying, like their fans calling us Memphis States in the comments below their posts and stuff. My brother was saying the other day that when Denny Crum was the coach there, he wouldn't call us Memphis State. He would refer to us as Memphis because he thought that was an insult. And I forget who it was. Who's the old radio broadcast guy? He said, I don't know the exact quote. My parents will be screaming at me about it right now, and they're listening to this. But it was something about if he had the choice of rooting for Louisville or rooting for the Russians, he was pulling for Russia.
Jack Eaton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was some line like that. Can you ask your dad about it? I'm sure he knows right off the top.
I will ask him about that. For me, as a fan of the Tigers, that Memphis-Cincinnati rivalry time period I hated Cincinnati, like legitimately hated them, with Nick, with Kenyon Martin, with Danny Fortson. Oh my gosh, I hated that.
My mom, fun fact, we used to sit pretty low at the pyramid. My mom, I don't even know what happened. She'll have to tell the story. Maybe we'll get her on some point to tell it. But she was calling Nick Van Exel a crybaby. And he turned around and flipped her the bird. My mom stood up on the second row of the pyramid and double birded him right in his face.
Yes. God, I wish cameras were readily
available. I wish we had footage of it.
Right.
I wish we did. But you didn't want to mess with my mom.
Betty, man, she gets after it, bro. She gets after it.
I think so. We've already discussed that there's some discrepancy on the number of games played, but it's actually pretty close. Memphis versus Cincinnati is a total of 84 games, and Memphis Louisville is 90. So it's pretty close.
It's close.
Memphis does not own the series in either game.
I mean, that Cincinnati team, when Bob Huggins was coaching and they had Kenyon Martin, I mean, they were so good. Kenny Satterfield.
I will never. So Kenyon Martin broke his leg at the pyramid in the conference tournament. My family and I had just walked into the pyramid and it got eerily quiet. And we were like, what the hell's going on? And then we kind of got to the end, the end zones you used to be able to see from the plaza area or whatever.
Yep.
We got there and we could see him laying in the paint and trainers and stuff all around him. And I'll never forget that, walking into the pyramid and it just being like deathly quiet. And we were like, are they not supposed to be playing a basketball game right now? Like, what the hell's going on?
Oh,
anyway. So
there is Memphis has no every year rivalry outside of they get
No.
up for UAB, right?
I mean,
but
our conference affiliation has destroyed our rivalries for a while. I mean, it became Houston. I at a point, football and basketball, absolutely hated them. Football, I hated UCF, but now it's, just where we're at conference wise. I feel like we don't have a true rival. So to be able to get a 6-game series with a team that I feel like we'll be able to start hating again, gets me excited.
So you kind of took me where I was going to go with that. If you could pick today, what is one program that is actually considered a rival that you would want to add back? If they said, "Hey, free reign, Trey, Kenny,
If you told me
both
today,
individually get to pick."
especially where they're sitting, and because I respect their head coach,
Houston.
and I just loved hating
Houston,
him. I
right?
would love to play Houston every single year.
every year.
I think it is Houston. I think that's the right answer.
Either
And
that
it does,
or Arkansas for me. That or Arkansas. I would love to play Arkansas on a consistent basis.
I think
but
that
is it
would be fun
Arkansas?
regionally, and because Cal's there, I think it would make it
Yes.
fun too.
Yes, that's where I was going. It does having Cal be the head coach at Arkansas change that? Or is it like, if it were Bryce Drew or anybody else, how would that change the outcome? But it's still,
I mean, I think it would still be fun to play Arkansas, but I think having Cal
sure.
as their coach makes it a little extra spicy and would make it a little more fun.
Does playing Ole Miss as much as they have been, does that make it a little bit spicy for y'all?
I mean, no, I don't no, I just don't.
They're right down the street, man.
I know, but and I know that they've kind of gotten the better of us a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, except for this
past
this
season.
year, but no, I just don't think you just don't think of Ole Miss as, they just don't have basketball history and stuff. So it's not I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make sense, but I just don't care enough about Ole Miss basketball to be like,
yeah.
It's almost to me that game to me feels like lose a lot of time. If we lose to them, then we have to suffer listening to their fans rub it in our face. And if we win, it's like, well, they'll be like, well, we don't care about basketball anyway. We're a football,
Yeah, but for your metric, even a bad loss at Ole Miss is still good for you as long as you don't get freaking mollywopped.
Dude, that game in Oxford in the 21-22 season with Amani and Jalen, when Amani almost went up into the stands because he was.
It's hard to make it, that year. It was hard to make me feel bad for Amani, but I legitimately felt bad for Amani leaving Oxford.
I've told you all the story about what happened underneath the arena after the game, right? The Ole Miss media went. I mean, I have never been in a media room where the media was so unprofessional about a college kid. Like, I'm talking.
He was like 17 too.
Dude, they were. I mean, I'm talking every Memphis media member that came into their post-game press conference room. There was one media member, and I wish, man, this dude was like Dave Woloshin could beat him up. That's how small this dude was. Like, this guy was talking so much shit about Amani Bates and like being like real
to his face.
No, to all of us in the room. Like, was just like basically calling Amani out, calling Penny out, I mean, it was crazy. And I was like, I hate these guys. Like, just the media as a whole. Like, I was like, these guys are. You guys have nice, TJ. I like that.
Yep.
What?
You got some kind of light action going on.
Yeah, man.
Setting the mood. Yeah, I don't know.
Changed it earlier.
I don't feel like I hate Ole Miss. It would definitely be Houston though, if I had my pick.
The Ole Miss.
I mean, I was getting to a point where
it's regional.
I literally hated them so much.
Yes. Dude, when Jamal Shed hit Jamal Shed hit the jumper at the buzzer a few years ago,
freaking Trayvon Mark banks in a half-court shot to beat us. Like, and those games were just fun.
They're fun.
Yeah,
they were fun games.
Do y'all think that if Penny wasn't the head coach of Memphis, that he'd be able to that Memphis would be able to renew any of these rivalries, or do you think it's all Penny?
I think it depends. I think having Penny plays a part in it, kind of going where I was talking about earlier with pulling the old heads back in. Like Penny played them. right?
Yeah.
There's some old history there. So I think that plays a part in it, right? I think if you had any other random coach,
Yeah, it would. I think it would be.
Fill in Buzz Williams as a random filler there. It's not going to be the same. I don't think you would do that, but
Yeah.
I don't know.